Blackwater City had been dead for months. No cars, no people, just the desolate sound of wind whispering through skeletal buildings. Complete silence. But tonight, something changed. At exactly 2:13 a.m., the old emergency siren, silent since the initial outbreak, suddenly screamed to life. A high-pitched, piercing wail sliced through the oppressive darkness. Evan, a 22-year-old survivor, froze, his heart pounding against his ribs. No one, absolutely no one, should have been alive to activate that siren. Was it another survivor? A desperate signal? Or was it a trap laid by something far worse? He grabbed his flashlight, the worn stock of his shotgun cold against his cheek, and took a deep breath. With his hands shaking, he opened the door and stepped out into the haunted streets of Blackwater City. Evan trudged through the desolate city, the silence broken only by the crunch of debris under his boots. Then, he saw it. Perched atop an abandoned school, a lone figure stood silhouetted against the bruised twilight sky. A girl. A young girl waving at him. But her wave was all wrong. Stiff, slow, like a marionette with tangled strings. An unsettling rhythm in the dead quiet. Evan raised his flashlight, its beam cutting through the gloom. The light hit her, and her face contorted into something nightmarish. In a single fluid motion, she didn't fall, she leaped. A deliberate, horrifying plunge straight down. Evan sprinted, his heart hammering against his ribs, to the spot where she should have landed. But there was nothing. No body, no sign of impact. Just deep, ragged scratch marks gouged into the concrete, and a slick, dark pool of blood. He was no longer alone in this city. Evan followed the blood trail into the school's old basement. The smell hit him first, a disgusting mix of rot and old chemicals that clung to the air. Then, he heard it. Not just one scream, but what sounded like hundreds, all whispering together. "Help! Help us! Please!" His flashlight beam cut through the darkness, revealing walls covered in desperate scratch marks. Metal doors were bent outwards, as if something had been trying to claw its way out. Suddenly, a heavy door slammed shut behind him, plunging him into near-total darkness. Whispers echoed from all around. "Ivan! You should have stayed home!" He spun around, and his light landed on the same girl from before. Her head tilted at an impossible angle, bones cracking with the movement. Her eyes glowed a terrifying pale white. But the true horror was what lurked behind her. Hundreds of other eyes opened in the darkness. This wasn't just a basement, it was a nest. The creatures sprinted toward him, their footsteps echoing like an earthquake through the school. Evan ran, a desperate blur through the chaotic hallways. Desks crashed, glass shattered around him. A zombie grabbed his arm. He smashed its head with his shotgun without breaking stride. Another jumped from the ceiling, he ducked, rolled, and fired. The exit door was right there. But then, the girl grabbed his leg, her fingers like cold bone. Her voice was a nightmare, no longer human. "You woke us up. Now we wake the world." He kicked her away, bursting through the doors with only seconds to spare. He looked back and his heart stopped. They were pouring out of the school, crawling, jumping, running. Hundreds of them. The siren hadn't been a warning. It was a signal that Blackwater City was coming back to life, but with monsters. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this short story, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more content like this.